ask you a couple of questions regarding the public transport. So how many people on the day, how many people on average take the train per day?
Well, Jake, first of all, thank you so much for presenting with your college. Great to be able to represent Queensland Rail for your school project. Mate, we have about 150,000 journeys every day that they come through mainly our three central stations, Fortitude Valley Central and Home Street. So 150,000 journeys equates to around 75,000 people every day.
And how many people do you reckon you could fit in one train if you had them packed together like solid?
A normal train seated fits about 450 people. When they're going to, say, watch a football game or a concert at Suncorp Stadium, which is in Milton, just a few minutes from here, we can actually squeeze up to 900 people on a train. So that's standing room only, but we often do that for events. We have the Foo Fighters concert tonight, which is in at Suncorp Stadium. You're going to that? No, probably not. And so there'll be some of those trains that have that.
And how many trains do you have running at the time?
At last count, I'm not sure, but it's over 200. So at any one time, we'll have around 200 trains running around South East Queensland.
How about how much rail is inside Queensland? Do you know how many kilometres of rail?
Throughout Queensland, it's about 9,000 kilometres. So we're one of the last government-owned and biggest railways in the world as far as the amount of train track. So yeah, probably around 9,000 kilometres of train track. That stretches up to north of Cairns to Kuranda, down to the Gold Coast, out to Longreach, Charlton.
Do you know the prices for trains? Are they priced on how much electricity is consumed or how many kilometres or how many stops?
That's something I'm not sure about, Jake, but it is the pricing is to do with a zonal system. So we have a zonal system which starts in Zone 1, which is in our central, Zone 2. For example, I'm out in Zone 4 in Sandgate, Shorncliffe area. So yes, it's a pay per zone, so how many zones that you travel.
And so what are the main aspects that you cover in your job?
In my job, I'm a community education officer, so I educate students and young people around rail safety about making smarter choices so that they have better consequences for their actions. So we have incidents every day where we have young people that are jumping down the train tracks to get a hat or a ball, not realising that we have express trains that travel at in excess of 140 kilometres an hour.
And just pass through the stations.
That's it, they pass through those stations. A train at full speed takes more than 1 kilometre to stop. It's the length of 10 football fields end to end. So trains take a very long time to stop. On that note, we have the two fastest trains in Australia. They are the Spirit of Queensland train and our tilt trains. So they travel at up to in excess of 160 kilometres an hour. So compared to overseas, where they travel at over 400 kilometres an hour, not that fast, but they're still the fastest trains in Australia. Very fast, very quiet, and again, they take a long time to stop.
How long have you worked for Central Station? Have you had many ideas that have influenced the way the train station goes?
Yes, well I've been in Queensland Rail for 14 years, 2 years as a transit officer working on the trains, but I got punched and kicked a bit too much, so I'm now in the education area. So I've spent 12 years educating students and young people. I work with a lot of at-risk youth that have been involved in graffiti or vandalism, and we work with helping them to make smarter, safer choices.
About what time of the day and what day of the week are usually most busiest?
Well, from our most busiest from Queensland Rail would be between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. and between 3:30 and 6 p.m.
If you could make a choice that would change how things worked at the station, what would it be? Like, is there anything you'd like to change about it?
Well, Queensland Rail's number one priority is safety, so that's something that I'm very passionate about. I don't know whether there's too many things I would like to see changed. I'd like to see maybe more emphasis on education, educating students and young people and adults about making safer choices. One of the biggest areas of concern is slips, trips and falls. When we had a recent cyclone weather event, lots of people running up the stairs trying to catch a train, and they slip over, trying to get on the train, or running before the doors close. So Yes, more. I'd like to see more emphasis on that, and we do place a lot of emphasis on that. That's
And generally in Brisbane, do you reckon the public transport system runs fairly well, like with buses and trains?
Well, our train service is very efficient now. Our customer satisfaction levels have risen because we introduced last year 15-minute train services, and we introduced an on-time running program. So our trains now are the most on-time effective in all of Australia, and we have from many areas around Brisbane a 15-minute train service, and it's called Turn Up and Go. You don't even need a timetable. You turn up, there's a train there within the next 15 minutes. So yes, it is a very efficient public transport.
What did you think about the monorails that were here before they were removed?
The monorails. We don't think we've ever had a monorail. We had trams in the 1960s. I'm not too sure about the trams. Trams work really well in Melbourne. They have the monorail come tram in the Gold Coast, which works very well. Tourists love it, and so yes, they are a good option, especially for tourists.
Now the electricity. It's starting. Yeah. Oh. The electricity that the trains are on, they are electricity.
Yes, yeah. All of our trains in southeast Queensland, our city trains all run on electricity. It's the most efficient form of public transport, apart from riding a bicycle. Electricity trains on electricity create far less emissions than diesel trains and other forms of transport. So yes, it's a very efficient form of transport. The electricity contains 25,000 volts of electricity, which powers our trains. We encourage, it's part of my job is focusing on safety presentations for young people not to climb on the outside of rail bridges, not to commit foolish behaviour where they may be electrocuted or injured. As this good friend of mine, his name's Jonathan, he was down on the tracks one day, and he'd actually thrown a rock at a train. The rock bounced back off the train, hit him in the head, knocked him onto the train tracks, and he was run over by a train, lost his leg, his arm, and all the fingers off one of him. So Jonathan and I have created some videos along with Queensland Rail, and we encourage young people to think about making smarter choices, staying away from those train tracks, not running through the pedestrian gates with the red lights in place.
And as the trains are on electricity, do they come from special power plants that just go directly to the railways, or is it on the main power grid?
We have special power plants, but it is still connected to the main power grid. So if there is power down in Brisbane, the electricity will shut down on the rail network as well.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being here with us today.
Thank you, Jake.
Bye-bye.